Good afternoon, parents, and thank you for joining us for this webinar. Based on feedback that we received from a survey that we sent out earlier this year, many parents indicated that they would be interested in learning more about the Naviance program we have at Daniel Hand High School. So we, after discussing with the guidance department the best way to provide this support to you as parents, decided that it would be best to have some of our students who are very familiar with Naviance and the way that it works and the best things on Naviance for your student in their career at Daniel Hand. We thought that having them show you the Naviance program from the student's perspective, since it will be your students who are logging on and using it, that would be the best way to support you as parents. So we have Sela Rathi and Emma Flaherty, who are both seniors at Daniel Hand this year, who are kind of our Naviance experts. They are going to walk you through Naviance, through some of the things they have found most useful with the program in their time at Daniel Hand, and explain where you would find them and how you would use them with your students. So without further ado, take it away, ladies.
Okay, so we are going to go. Is that not going to work with it? Okay, so we are going to go into the colleges tab, and we are going to go into research colleges. So we're going to go into colleges I'm thinking about. So here is where you make your list of colleges that you're considering, colleges that you just want to have in a list so that you can go revisit and go look at certain details about the college, so then you can decide what colleges you want to finalize. So you can click into a college and it'll give you more information about that college. So this is just a really nice place to keep all the colleges that you're thinking about, and you can access all the information on it. So the next one we're going to go into is college visits. So this right now is blank, but in the fall, when there are college visits, they will all be here, and you'll be able to go into search for colleges, and you'll be able to filter those colleges. So if there is one specific college that you want to visit, you can go to that search bar and it will find it for you. So this is a really nice place to look at available visits that you can schedule and ways to filter that out if you have a specific one that you're looking for. So now we're going to go into College Compare. So this part is where you can compare yourself as a student to another college. So if there's a college that you are thinking about and you want to know how you as a student measure up to the average GPA or the SAT, you can look up a college and then add that into the College Compare and see how your GPA and all that information compares. And also you can add multiple colleges so you can see how the different colleges on your list compare in those types of things. So now we're going to go to college resources. So this page is just a really nice place where all of the links that you will need are all in one place. So Common App you will use a lot junior and senior year when you're preparing to apply to colleges, along with a lot of financial aid, such as the CSS financial aid profile and FAFSA. Those are all sites that you're going to need and you're going to visit frequently. So it's nice when they're all in one place. So it's an easy access. So now we're going to go to acceptance history. So here you can look at where students at hand have been accepted from all years of data. And this is really helpful to see if you're thinking about going to a certain college, to see how many students from hand have been accepted and how many have enrolled. So now we're going to go to enrichment programs. So this is a nice place if you are searching for an enrichment program, whether it's the summer or just a quick program. You can select a category. So if you are interested in a physics or a global studies enrichment program, then you can select that category and see what options that you have. or if you are looking for a specific one, there's a search bar. And when you click on these, they will give you information about the application, what the deadline is, the details about the program, when the session starts, if you're eligible or not. So if you are looking for an enrichment program, this is a really great place to look to get all that information. So now we're going to go to College Maps, and this is a really interesting resource because you can see, so for example, if you look up colleges I'm thinking about on the College Maps, you can see how far away certain colleges are in comparison to each other. So if you are thinking about you want to stay close to home, or you want to go farther away, or you want to be on the water, this is a really nice resource to see where your college is in relation to others, or in relation to home, or how close it is to the water. So this is a great resource for that. And there's also another map that is top 20 most popular colleges where our students applied. So this just gives you a really nice list of where a lot of hands students have gone and what range and how far students have gone as well.
Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the next tab under colleges, which is the Apply to Colleges section. So this is going to be more utilized during your child's beginning of their senior year and the end of their junior year. And it is also important to note that many families have a family Naviance account, but that might be a sort of overarching account for the parents to use if you have multiple siblings or multiple students. So it's really important that your child has their own Naviance account, and their guidance counselor can help them set that up before they apply to college, because they're going to need their own personal account to link their account to the Common App and for other tools and resources. So that's very important. We're going to go into the colleges I'm applying to tab. So this tab might look similar to the colleges I'm thinking about, but this is going to be your sort of final roster of all the schools that your child is definitely applying to. And as you can see, we have this pink banner, which is the opportunity to match accounts. So if your student is using the Common Application, which is a very popular tool to use, they can match their Naviance account to the Common App, and then the schools will transfer over. So let's just say we'll click on Albertus Magnus College, and I want to use this to demonstrate a really important tool, which is called scattergrams. So if you click on admissions, and you can do this for any college in your list, you can scroll down, and along with all of this other very useful information, there's this tool, and this little blue icon is your student. So if you kind of highlight over it, you can see their SAT score and their GPA. You can filter up here if you'd rather use their weighted GPA, unweighted GPA, or what standardized test score. And you can actually see how they stack up against other applicants from HAND's history. And the green checks mean that the student has been accepted. And so obviously take everything with a grain of salt, but it's good to see those quantitative sort of results for applications. So that's a useful tool. I'm also going to talk about this Manage Transcripts tab. So your senior will be getting a blue form from the guidance office in the fall when they're starting to apply to schools, and they need one blue form for each school. And here you can see if the request has been filed and the status of the transcript request and the fee waivers. So that's a very helpful sort of home base for that process. We also have the letters of recommendation. So this tab, you can see where your child has asked, what teacher they've asked to write a recommendation, and you can keep track of the status of that letter, because obviously that's a very important aspect of your child's application. I recommend, you would ask the teacher in person first, but then you'd issue this formal request, and you'd be able to see here the status of that letter and keep track of the deadline. So that's very helpful once the application season comes around. And then finally, we're going to talk about test scores. So test scores, all your child's test scores, if they took one at hand, would be automatically uploaded here, and you can keep track and just have a reminder in your account of your child's test scores. And I know we also wanted to touch on the scholarships and money section. So scholarship applications you can see under this tab. Normally, if your child has applied for scholarships, you can keep track of them there. Also under scholarship list, this is where you can search for scholarships, and you can kind of filter by GPA or need-based scholarships, merit-based scholarships. And these are more, not so much local scholarships, but as it says, they might have to require residency in Connecticut. So if you go to national scholarship search, this is a more broad view of the scholarships available on a national level that your child can apply for. So there's sort of two tiers to the scholarship process, and this is just another option that could be helpful.
Thank you so much, ladies. Parents, we hope that you found this overview helpful. These are the ladies touched on many different tabs that could be very beneficial for you and your student as they navigate through high school at Daniel Hand. As always, if you have any specific questions regarding your child's Naviance account, you can reach out to their guidance counselor and they can help you with any specific information that you may need. Thank you again for your time.